Hey, welcome back to Your Life. Are you looking for a recipe that's balanced but not bland? Well, we're in the kitchen with our chef Ulrich for a recipe that's as tasty as it is simple. Let's check it out.
The first thing that we're going to do for our Vietnamese spring rolls is to get all the ingredients together. This is called the mise en place. So you get everything together, that way when you're doing the assembly, the actual cooking, you're not running around and trying to find ingredients and put them together. First thing we're going to do is cook off some noodles here. We got some vermicelli rice noodles, and these you can pretty much find in most Asian stores. We're going to put them into hot water. You can see here that the water is not actually boiling, it is just warm. I'm going to just dip those into the water like this, and they cook very, very quickly, so you really don't need to spend too much time in there. The Vietnamese spring rolls that we're going to make are going to have some chicken in, so I got a pan on the stove over here, a little bit of olive oil into the pan. I got a chicken breast. This is one whole chicken breast that we've sliced into thin little strips. We've marinated in a little bit of soy as well as some garlic and ginger. Put that into the pan. You really want to get rid of some of the marinade on here because as the marinade hits the oil, you're going to have a little bit of splashing. Thinking probably about 2 pieces per wrapper should be enough. 1 or 2 just as a little bit of backup. And these are going to cook really, really quickly. We've marinated them for about 4 hours ahead of time. The longer you marinate them, the more flavor you're going to get into the chicken. Be careful not to overcook this. You don't want the chicken to become dry. This should be a really light, tasty, nutritious, healthy meal. Just turn the heat up just a little bit over here. There we go. And literally that is going to probably take about 2 minutes to cook. 1.5 minutes on each side, 2 to 3 minutes, and we're all done. I'm going to try the noodles over here. You can see these have become pretty soft already. We just want these to get a little bit more soft. They'll probably take about 2 to 3 minutes again in hot water, just under boiling. Keep them moving as they start to rehydrate. I can turn this off now. And at this point, transfer the chicken onto a plate. We want this to cool off as quickly as possible. Because we're not going to put hot food into these wraps. These are going to be cold wraps. Back to our noodles over here. These have now become nice and soft. I can use them in my wrappers. I'm just going to blanch and refresh these noodles. And what we've done there is now we've stopped the cooking process on these noodles and we've cooled them down as well. Let's talk a little bit about the rest of the ingredients that we have here. I've got some chopped cilantro, I've got some mint, some fresh basil, scallions, pea shoots, some peanuts, and then the rest of the ingredients that we're going to get together, because we want to prepare all the ingredients first and then do the assembly. We're going to take some romaine lettuce, just going to cut the ends of that off there, and then do a chiffonade, which means just cutting it into thin little strips. I've got some scallions here as well, some nice fresh scallions. Just give those a quick chop. And then some carrot, and I've got here a French mandolin, and this is going to cut this into thin julienne strips for us. So be very careful when you do this. And then you're going to have nice thin little matchsticks of carrot. And then we have the rice paper wrappers. These come either in rice paper or in tapioca. I've got some warm water over here. The warm water will make these nice and soft. At this point they're pretty brittle, so put that in the hot water. The hotter it is, the quicker these are going to soften up. And you don't want them to soften up too quickly. You will kind of want to control how quickly these become soft. A couple of seconds of that, and you can see they start to fold up over each other, become nice and clear and translucent, and that's a sign that they're ready for us to use. If you leave them in the water too long, they're actually going to become very, very soft and start to tear. Put this onto our clean cutting board. Stretch that back out again. Get the shape nice and round. That's going to make it easier for you when you actually do the wrapping. Take 2 pieces of chicken per wrap. Put the 2 pieces down in the middle of the wrap like that. A little bit of cilantro on top. Our fresh mint. Basil. The scallions that we just chopped. Some carrot. This gives it a little bit of texture and crunch and a little bit of color as well. And then finally our romaine lettuce over here before we start to put the noodles on. When you go back into the noodles here, just give them a quick toss. The residual water that's in here will stop them from sticking together. Pull them with your fingers like this. Get a length that is about the same length as the wrap is. There we go. Put that nice and neat onto the top like that. And here comes the part about wrapping it up and rolling. And this is really easy. Take the end of the wrap here, fold it over the filling, pull it nice and tight, and then fold the ends in. Simply fold the left-hand side and the right-hand side over, very similar to folding a burrito, and then wrap it nice and tight. And because this is nice and sticky, that actually stays together just like that. So put our cutting board away here, With our plate in here, we're going to cut this one in half. Put that down on top. Another one that I made a little earlier on. I'm going to cut these again as well. Stack them on top of each other like that. Beautiful, nice and colorful. And then I have a simple sweet chili sauce that we're going to serve this with. And there you have it. Very, very simple, nutritious, and quick for you to make.
Now, if you missed jotting this recipe down, you can find it on our show's website. That's YourLifeTV.com. We'll be right back.